Hey guys, okay, hold on, I'm going to read you the official document. So, Brian Laundrie has been confirmed dead by the FBI. Excuse me, I just was drinking a cup of coffee before I came on and it went down the wrong pipe there. And it's just, I was out foraging, getting some berries to dry for crafts. And then Scooter told me, my daughter, it's like, I'm like, oh gosh, anytime I go out, something happens. But I want to enjoy life, and I think that's what the message of all of this should be, and what Gabby would want everybody to enjoy life and live it to its fullest like she was, because you don't know when your life will be over, and that is just a lesson. I know a lot of us are just knocking our heads against the wall because now there's so many unanswered questions, and Brian is just a person of interest. He wasn't charged with murder, so what happened to Gabby? Okay, it's just hanging out there, and it's infuriating. And what happened to Brian, too? Did he commit suicide and then was ravaged by animals? What is going on? What did his parents know? Why did they act the way they did? It's ridiculous. So, I don't know. They were confirmed to be Brian Laundrie, the remains, after a review of dental records. So by dental records, we know his jaw was there, his teeth were there. The remains were found in Florida's Carlton Reserve on Wednesday after more than a month of searching for Brian Laundrie, who was declared a person of interest in Gabby Petito's murder. The FBI field office in Denver announced that the remains were positively identified Thursday. When I heard the press conference today and the use of the word tragic, I knew it then without a doubt it was him. Spokesperson for the Northport Police told NBC that the remains were skeletal. I'm going to go to Brian Enton for a second because their brother is messaging me. So, I may have to go to Brian Enton on here. Okay, Brian Enton, FBI says, comparison of dental records confirmed the remains are Brian Laundrie. Brian Laundrie is dead. Laundrie's parents had been informed. The remains are Brian's, according to their attorney. And then Brian has another one where I think it was the FBI went into the house, stayed for about 2 minutes, and left. Just make sure. Okay, so Brian says we are in breaking news coverage on News Nation. Brian says FBI says a comparison of dental records confirmed the remains are Brian Laundrie. Brian Laundrie is dead. Okay. Laundrie's parents have been informed. The remains are Brian's, according to their attorney. They were inside for 2 minutes or less. They walked out and left. And he's talking about 2 police detectives just went into the Laundrie house. They were in there for about 2 minutes and left. Another medical examiner van just went into the Carlton Reserve. That was an hour ago. Let's see. And then there was something starting at 5. Prior to that, it was the skeletal remains, which we reported on. So, yeah, I don't know whether there's going to be an FBI Denver press conference. Like I said, I just came in from outside, went on a bike ride, and then I went foraging for pine cones and berries to dry. So let me just go here and see if I can finally get on this. Okay. Pull over Brian. I had a feeling they were going to have the identification today. And just once he said tragic, what's the matter, puppy? Let me go to WFLA. So what do you guys think? I mean, I don't know. The FBI has a lot of information that we don't have. They still have their text messages, their phone records, where they can piece together what happened. I know we would have all liked to have seen him at least be charged with her murder, if that's what the evidence is going to show us prior to them finding his remains. The best we have as of right now is the person of interest in the murder of Gabby Petito. But now we have skeletal remains found, and it just said, hold on, a badly decomposed skull. So that's, let me see here. I'll go to this for a second. Look, I have a... Okay, quiet down. The partial remains that were found in Northport are being worked on, but there is no timeline how soon they will be identified. We know they were identified. The remains include a portion of a human skull, badly decomposed. Dr. Russell Vega, the chief medical examiner for Florida's 12th district, confirmed Thursday that his team is currently working on the remains that were found on Wednesday. According to Vega, this included a continued investigation at the scene as well as identification. I don't know when the ID process will be complete. Well, it is complete, and it is, Brian. The partial remains that Vega and his team are now attempting to identify were found Wednesday in the Carlton Reserve area. According to the FBI, they were found near personal items, including a backpack and a notebook. Steve Bertolino, the attorney representing the Laundrie family, said the 23-year-old's parents were with search crews when the items were found. According to Bertolino, Laundrie's dad, Chris, found the bag containing some of his son's items, and officers found the backpack on the other side of the trail. While the remains have not, this is at that time, been officially identified, Bertolino said there was a strong possibility. Well, now they have been officially identified, and Brian is confirmed dead. Okay, we don't know what's in that notebook yet. We don't know what the FBI will say when they will have, a press conference, if they will. I'm going to go to the Twitter account of the FBI Denver. Let me see what they have to say. You guys, can you guys hear me? I'm worried now because I don't think you can hear me. Oh yeah, you can hear me, right? Gosh, I thought that I wasn't live or something. That was crazy because my YouTube was not on. Okay, I don't know what's going on because my YouTube hasn't caught up to, I'm going to refresh it again, to my Streamlabs. And what is going on? Are there two? Something is wrong. It's not showing me my stream, but it's showing me on Streamlabs. Okay, you can hear me. Can you see me? Are you able to see me? Because I can't see it on YouTube. You're still in shock, MD? Can you see me? I feel like I'm Tommy. Tommy, can you hear me? Yes, you can. Okay, because my YouTube is really, really messed up. My YouTube, it's just buffering and there's no chat moving. Nothing. Okay. And I just refreshed the whole thing and nothing is going on. I'm going to do it one more time. Actually, you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to get out of the live control room and go to the studio and just do it from there and see if, I'm going to go right here. There we go. Okay. That's better. I mean, I feel terrible because I just pray that the FBI has a lot of information that they can give the family to give them answers as to what happened. Nobody knows, like, why did the parents behave that way? Why did Brian's parents behave the way that they did? They have made pariahs out of themselves. Okay? Why did they avoid the phone calls? Why did they do all this? What was in their minds? What were they trying to do? Did they know where he was all this time? How did the father go straight to that bag? So many people have so many questions. And I mean, it's ridiculous. It is absolutely ridiculous. So, and now, you know, we're going to have Conspiracy Central because it's already started. And I think it's horrendous. It's absolutely horrendous. Let me go back to hold on, I'm going to put it.
Who out there has been injured in an accident?
I'm going to put on WFLA, but it says just the advertisement is running. It'll be on in 17 seconds. After more than a month of searching, the remains of Brian Laundrie found in the Carlton Reserve on Wednesday, the FBI has confirmed, FBI Denver office confirmed that the remains from Wednesday are those of Brian Laundrie. They used dental records to confirm that. Hold on, let me...
Whether you're trying to elude authorities or you're just enjoying the wilderness here in Florida, if you go in there and it's several feet deep of water and you're wading through that water...
I'm trying just to put him on here. Let me just put this over here for a sec.
Or you have no idea what is chomping at your ankles. So all of the water that had accumulated, it's just a fair question to ask at this stage. We don't know how Brian Laundrie died. We don't know if he took his own life. We don't know if something happened to him, but could Mother Nature have been a participating factor? The treacherous conditions, the terrible treacherous conditions that are at the Carlton Reserve in September, could that have had something to do with it? back to the question, divers were brought in if something was found. They were going to search underwater. Don't think of divers as actively participating in the search efforts. They were brought in more as if they were going to recover something under the surface of the water, and searching underwater with divers. That's an extremely difficult thing to do over let's say a grid search sort of format. So hopefully that answers your question. I'm getting a phone call here.
It's really him, Kennedy, yeah.
I do not know who that is.
Yeah,
Wanda, yes. Hashtag HeyJB. Yes, everyone is angry, but we have to remember that the Laundries lost a son. I talked about this on Instagram. And I talked about what I said was on Instagram earlier, and I said it on stream earlier too. No parent, even though they have been vilified. I know that Chris and Roberta Laundrie have received so much vitriol on social media. I get it. I understand the reasons why, and I'm not going to tell you that your feelings are invalid. I'm just going to say this. No parent deserves to find the remains of their child. No parent deserves to have that image ingrained in their head for the rest. Losing a child is traumatic enough, and I know from covering stories and speaking to parents of those who have lost their sons and daughters.
You don't know anything.
It's a nightmare come to life, and it's something that doesn't go away. You cope, you find ways to move on, but it's always there. Losing a child is perhaps the most difficult thing that a parent can endure. And if there's anything that's more difficult than enduring the knowledge that your child is dead, it's seeing that or discovering yourself that your child is dead. So Brian Laundrie, his remains being found yesterday. We were talking just a little bit on stream earlier that Chris and Roberta Laundrie, no matter how you feel about them, they don't deserve that image ingrained in their mind for the rest of their life. They are very much a family in grieving right now. They are in tremendous pain. They haven't been charged with a crime. They are cooperating with law enforcement according to their attorney. There are all of these. Let's keep in mind that they are human beings too. I understand the resentment towards them. We've talked about it at great length here on stream. But if there was a moment for everybody just for an opportunity here for us to remind you that they are human beings too, it's this. It's today. They lost a child. Brian Laundrie, 23, had his whole life ahead of him. We don't know the truth of what happened, and he is dead. It is a tragedy. The story of Gabby Petito is a tragedy. What has now happened for Brian Laundrie's parents and what they are enduring right now, that is a tragedy for them. And no matter how you feel about them, that's just how it is. Jessica Osler, hashtag AJB. Do we know if the FBI will follow up
stop him for
or
right now,
Florida follow up with a news
Because I just want
conference?
to say why I said to him that he doesn't know anything is because it just irks me when somebody says they know how somebody feels that lost a child because they've covered stories where people lost a child. Nobody knows how you feel when you lose a child if you don't lose a child. I can tell you that. You might think you know. You might think you can imagine. Yeah, but you don't know. Nobody knows, and nobody should ever say that they know how somebody feels. So that's why I said, you don't know anything, JB. Okay. We're not talking about victim bashing, Jeanette. We're talking about someone saying, I know how it feels to lose a child because I cover stories where people lose children. You can have empathy for people that have lost children. You can feel their pain from watching them, but you don't know their pain. You don't know what it's like, and you don't know what it's like until you walk in those shoes. That is what I said, Jeanette. I said, you don't know anything, JB, about losing a child. Not because you covered a story, you don't know what it's like. Okay? He could have said, I've seen the pain, my heart breaks for them, but not that he knows what it's like. He doesn't know what it's like. Okay? And as far as Brian Laundrie and the anger, I think telling people that they shouldn't be angry is ridiculous. People are angry. People are angry because Brian was living and breathing right there. He returned home with a van. It was obvious something was wrong. He went on a camping trip. He ate s'mores. They watched the sunset. He took pictures. The parents haven't been truthful. Okay? And the FBI knows even more. They lied about the day he disappeared. They went and they got him a new phone. What were they doing? Why did they avoid? They didn't care at all about the pain at the Petito family. Not at all. They didn't care. Not even enough to answer the phone. So all of a sudden, just because Brian is discovered deceased, we're supposed to just say, oh, okay. No. Perhaps if these parents encourage their child to do the right thing, their child would still be alive. Okay? Then we have so many things to learn from this. So many things that went wrong. Think about the Petitos. My gosh, they watched that police cam. All the screw-ups there. Okay? Then all of this stuff, they didn't even know who this guy really was because he seems like a Jekyll and Hyde. And they've got to watch that. They're trying to find their child, and it's weeks delayed because they don't even know. They won't even answer where she is. They won't even let them know that her van is there. They don't care. They don't care about the Petito family's pain. They don't care about it. Then, for these weeks, we've seen the screw-ups in the Northport Police Department, right? Northport, oh, we know exactly where he is. That's the 17th of September. We know exactly where he is. Exactly. Really? What, an hour later? Hey, Brian Laundrie is missing. Now we have 2 missing people. Remember that night? I mean, it's crazy, isn't it? So, yeah, we have a right to be angry. We are feeling that, I mean, the Petito and the Schmidt family have a right to be furious. And I hope that you guys will utilize every legal avenue you have to sue these organizations that have done you wrong, because you were done wrong. So many ways. And I hope that wrongful death suits and whatnot, and it'll never bring back Gabby, but it will let you take that foundation and do great things with that foundation in her name. And that is something that can help you keep her out there, her name out there, a mission, and it'll never fill the void. It'll never do that, but it'll give you something to have a focus on and forever keep her name out there as big as you can get that foundation in her name. And any kind of wrongful death suit or whatever, it can all, help you guys do that and help you guys do lots of great things in her name, because she was a bright and shining light, and that light is not going to dim with this. But my heart bleeds for you because you don't get your answers. You don't. I hope the FBI has stuff for you that can piece it together. But the Northport Police Department, wow, that's like completely dropped the ball there. I mean, $5 million plus, right? $5 million of resources plus just in that reserve. And they couldn't find this. They opened that park to the public the day before this was found, and they couldn't find this stuff. Why is it so highly suspect that the parents walk in there and he's darting in and out of the and he finds that? No, I mean, I think we all know that the parents had some kind of either communication before he went into there, after, whatever. And I've got to do something for Mike now. Now, when we found out he was missing immediately, I said he is going to kill himself in there. That's what I said. He's going to kill himself in there. When we didn't hear that he did that, and the more stuff unfolded, I said, he's not in there. Why are they searching in there? They had intelligence in there, remember? Why don't we know what intelligence that they had in there? I think they need to give the public answers, especially when they've exhausted over $5 million of resources in there. Okay? And you bring these parents in the day after it opens and they find this stuff. It's crazy. It's crazy. So, I don't know. I mean, I think... was a press conference announced? I haven't heard. They were only there for 30 minutes, Melanie said. It was ridiculous. It was absolutely ridiculous. They had a tip somehow. They knew. Yeah, but where was the tip? Were they in touch with Brian? And the other thing is, if he killed himself right off, if he went into that reserve and killed himself straight away, when are the parents going to be honest about the day that he really went missing? Because if he went missing on the 13th and the 17th, what did he go underwater at that point that they couldn't find him 4 days? But I think he was gone way more than 4 days. But he was already gone 10 days by then, probably. And then the weather, the rains, whatever. But I will tell Mike this. Mike said if they find him there, well, I admit I'm wrong. Yeah, I'm wrong. I didn't think he was there. I thought he was there when he first went. When they first said he was missing and he went there, I said, oh, we're going to hear he killed himself. When I didn't hear that, I said, no, he's somewhere else. And so, Mike, I'm wrong about that. He's there. You're right. I'm wrong. And make sure Mike hears that, because Mike said that I will not admit that I was wrong that he was there. I did. I'm wrong that he's there. I thought he was there in the beginning and he killed himself. As things unfolded, I said he's not there. He's there. I said that he put the phone there, and that's what the intelligence was. I was wrong, Mike. You're right. I'm wrong. You're right. You didn't think he was there either? Yeah. So I just think, these parents, I don't think they will ever, I don't think they will ever come clean and talk about what happened in those days. But I think the only way that they're, why, I don't know. But he was there dead, not the same as they're alive. Yeah, but when did he die? Are they going to be able to tell the approximate time of death? Are they going to be able to tell how he died? Was it from an attack? Was it self-inflicted and then his body was ravaged? What was going on? Did you hear that? It's confirmed.
Really?
Yeah.
His body was
Wow.
His body was found.
Yeah.
He died.
Partial
Don't know yet.
skull. Who knows what they're going to be able to tell?
Freaking shame. What the heck?
Now the family gets no answers, and he wasn't even named the suspect yet. Just a person of interest. That's horrible.
Wow, yeah, what a horrible ending.
It's horrible.
Horrible situation. Dang.
Sure glad FBI and police have lots of toys to show off. Yeah, it's ridiculous. And I'll tell you that Josh guy He is rude, and he's been rude throughout this thing. And I think there's going to be a lot to answer for, because they really dropped the ball in every way in this case, in every way. In Moab, if anything, now these officers all around need training on domestic violence and even a mental health crisis. Okay, because at the very least they should have called in somebody for a mental health crisis. And then it's just insane. Everything got worse and worse and worse. I mean, he's rude, I think, because he knows what they look like. And that's like the guy at the press conference that gave no information today. He was in complete CYA mode. He was in complete CYA mode. He used the word tragic. I knew that was it, because they wouldn't say that. They would say, well, we have to see what's going on and why was the press conference held, but it was CYA. Oh, because it's rattlesnakes and coyote, alligators and this and that, and no one can go around and no one can get in there. And because they know what they look like. And at the very least, they opened that park on Tuesday. Are you telling me nobody walked around to clear the park? But then on Wednesday, the parents walk in and they find this stuff? Come on. Over $5 million? Searching and searching in there. Oh, cover your arse. Cover your arse. I don't know. It's
You have homework, Luke?
yeah. All it was, it just seemed to explain away like why they couldn't find anything. But his remains were found so close to where he parked in that Myakkahatchee. Like, I don't get it. I don't get it. I'm telling you, there's more to the story than meets the eye. Oh, yeah, you're telling me. I know there's more to the story than meets the eye, Ray. Yeah. We just know the tip of the iceberg. That's all we know. The FBI has a whole trail of text messages and phone calls and voicemails and cameras and footage along the way and license plate readers and what was in the van and hard drives and computer stuff that was seized and all of that stuff. But why did it take so long to even declare him a person of interest in her murder? Why did it take so long? And now, that's it? So what happened to Gabby? Does she not... Her family doesn't deserve to have answers about what happened to her? And what happened to him? And when did it happen? And who helped him? And why did that whole Wednesday morning jaunt through there happen? Yeah, Millie, I don't know. It's so ridiculous. This entire thing is just absolutely ridiculous. Thanks, Bonnie. It's just, it's infuriating. I feel so bad for the family because it's got to be such a letdown. You know, hey, listen, you know when you have the suspect, you know when you even have the person that's convicted or pleads guilty, they won't give you the whole truth, okay? You can go there and you won't get the whole truth because it's their only means of control that they have, especially when they're convicted and in jail for the rest of their lives. Just like Robert Durst is not going to say where Kathy is. He doesn't care about letting her family know. Okay? He can be 78 years old. He can be dying. He can be in jail for the rest of his life. He's not going to let them have that. That's his last bit of control. Okay? And we see that. And they're never going to give us the answers that we want. They're never going to give us the truth. They're not. Even when they confess to something, there's always stuff they're leaving out. And if you're lucky and you have the evidence that adds up to a certain thing, you can piece it together. But there's still always things that you'll never get answers to. So had they found him alive, you know, still doubtful they would have had their answers, but if he was there, he could be charged. They could have that, you know, it's just, sometimes, you know, maybe it's hard. It's a hard thing because, but just to have that, all of this for that, you know, it's ridiculous. No, they're not going to go after them for any of those resources, and that's even more pitiful. And that's why maybe I hope that there's evidence, something that the family can get a wrongful death suit. Yeah, because Gabby will live on through that foundation. And, you know, something like that could really help them with that foundation and help domestic violence awareness and people that are victims of it, and all in her name would be great. So hopefully they can pursue that because, well, and they have to live through it. You know, vengeance is mine, says the Lord, right? Vengeance is mine. Sometimes we want to take a lot of stuff in our own hands, but sometimes we just have to remember that. Can someone please, what? Can something good? Yeah, I think something good will come out of it with her foundation and with the people that can be helped through that, and that light, you know, will be there. It'll give her family something to focus on and never let her name be forgotten or her memory. But yeah, it's terrible. Yeah, hopefully, Ray, you know, it's I think the worst thing, like for anybody, is when you don't have answers to what happens, because we always want to know, like, what happened? But did anybody hear of the press conference in Denver, or if there's going to be a press conference about this? Are they going to have a press conference? You would like to know how long he has been dead? Yeah, me too, Kevin. It'll come out in time, yeah. Hopefully they have enough there to to see what happened. I mean, a badly decomposed skull. I don't think they're going to make a statement, not through them, through that attorney. Let me just see if Brian Enton has anything else. Let me see. My watch is going off like crazy. Okay. What does that notebook hold? You know? Let's see. Laundrie parents have been informed. Yeah, okay. So the last thing here. Let me see. Oh, okay. Here's the small update. Let me see what this is.
So we've been in like crazy breaking news coverage nonstop, so I haven't been able to do a live. If you don't have a News Nation on, check it out. We're going to have a lot more tonight. 9 o'clock Eastern. Marnie just finished a long interview with Stephen Bertolino with a lot of new nuggets, so we'll be on tonight. But I just wanted to get on here, talk to everybody. I mean, obviously, this has been quite a day. I don't even really know what to say. I'll kind of walk you through how we figured all this out. The two Northport police detectives showed up to the house. They were inside for about 2 minutes. That was clearly a signal that something was happening, the death notification. And then we got word from Mr. Bertolino that they were in fact there to tell the Laundries that the remains were Brian's. And then pretty much just a few minutes later, the FBI put out their release confirming it, and then also saying that it was dental records, that that was how they were able to do the final confirmation, through dental records. So it's I know a lot of people are saying, tweeting me that they're emotional. I mean, yeah, it's been a long 5 weeks, so it's pretty crazy. Sorry, I keep losing my train of thought. I'm just taking a breather for the first time because we've been on TV nonstop. But we're still, I mean, we're not like leaving right now. I mean, there's one thing I've been talking a lot about on TV is how there's still so many unanswered questions, obviously about the parents, just about a lot of things. And the FBI investigation doesn't just end because of this. We've confirmed that. I mean, the investigation continues. So there's still a lot to figure out, but this is obviously, a massive development. Also, I think everybody, and you guys already are, but everybody's obviously, and me, we're all thinking of the Petito family. I mean, we know that they said their idea of justice was him in a jail cell. So I can't imagine what they're going through right now. Someone's asking, was it just teeth they found? No, it was bones. I confirmed today through a law enforcement source that it was bones. It was a partial skull and bones. Thank you guys for watching News Nation. So no, I did not interview Bertolino. Marnie Hughes, our anchor for News Nation Prime, did. It was a long interview. I just heard all about it. And it's going to be on tonight at 9 o'clock. That's Eastern time. I know a lot of people saying, what's in the notebook? Apparently they are drying the notebook out. It's possibly salvageable, so we may find out what's in the notebook. No reaction from the Laundrie family. I'm at the reserve, but we have a crew over at the house, and they haven't come out. So, cause of death. Yes, a lot of people asking about cause of death. We don't know yet. That's another big question. I mean, there's so many questions that I still have. I think I'm still sort of like you guys, just processing that Brian Laundrie is dead. It even sounds weird saying that after covering this story for 5 weeks, that he's dead. But yeah, there's still a ton of questions that we need to get answered. So. Yes, I'll still definitely cover the investigation. I mean, this isn't over. I mean, like, obviously you guys know that. I know we're processing the news about Brian, but there's still so many questions. So we're not anywhere near done covering this. Some of you are asking, where can you watch the Bertolino interview tonight? So News Nation, that's the station I work for. If you go to newsnationnow.com, you can put in your zip code. It'll tell you what channel you have it on your cable system, and it'll be on tonight at 9 o'clock Eastern. I know a lot of people saying they're mad. Look, I get it. Thank you, everyone, for following along with me for the last 5 weeks. Again, we're not packing up and leaving, but I just wanted to say that because this is obviously a big moment in the case. And, I've been covering stories for, almost 15 years, but never one quite like this, never one with so much interest and so many followers who I feel like, I've bonded with. So thank you to you guys also. Yeah, a lot of you are saying mixed feelings. I get it. I hear you. Do I think they're going to find the rest of his body? Well, they're still here. The reserve is closed. There's still a lot of FBI inside. There was another medical examiner van that showed up today. So I know they're still searching. Yes, I will go back to the house, but I think we're going to stay at the reserve for a while just because we have so many live shots on News Nation. We don't really have time to move, but we have our correspondent Michael Shore and his cameraman are there, so we have eyes on the house, but nothing has happened. The Laundries haven't come out. No news on cause of death. Nope, no news on cause of death. Depending on what happened, that may take some time since we know that it was just bones that were recovered. Yes, we'll hear from Jennifer. She'll be on, and she was actually already on News Nation a little while ago, and she'll be back on tonight, so. Okay, so those of you who are saying you just tuned in, can I give a recap? This is basically what happened over the last several hours. We started, well, first of all, today the medical examiner said that he didn't think they would have a positive identification today. So I was under the assumption this was not going to happen today. Then we got word that 2 detectives showed up to the Laundrie's house. They went inside just for 2 minutes, very, very quick. And then they left, which was sort of a signal to me that something was about to happen because I knew that's normally the way it works. The police will go to someone's house for a death notification. So immediately got in touch with Mr. Bertolino because I knew he would be the first one to know. And he confirmed it. And then a short time later, the FBI confirmed it, that Brian Laundrie was dead, and they confirmed that it was through the dental records. I know a lot of you are asking about this notebook. I know, I'm very curious too. hopefully get some answers out of that. So obviously, yeah, a lot of you saying you're thinking of Gabby's family. I think everyone is thinking of Gabby's family right now. No, it was not just a skull found. It was human. It was bones, multiple bones, not just a skull, but a partial skull also. Okay, I gotta go because I gotta get back on News Nation. But I'll see you guys tonight. I just wanted to get on here real quick.
Okay.
Talk to you guys soon. Bye.
Bye. All right. So yeah, that's it. They're going to have the interview with Bertolino at 9:00 on News Nation. I have to go out and pick something up. But I mean, I'll cover that tonight if whenever I get back here. That's about it until we see what's going on. I haven't heard a press conference from the FBI yet or anything, but it's not unusual to be feeling angry, frustrated, pissed, and wanting answers, and knowing that our family is beyond what anything we can be feeling about. I'm just wondering if that notebook is just an art book with his drawings in it, or was he writing in it, You don't know. So anyway, I'll let you guys go for now because I know it's a busy time for a lot of people out here, dinner and kids and stuff like that, and I have to run out and get that, but I'll be on later and maybe we'll know more after that. All right. You hope, yeah, I know, honey. All right, everybody. Love you guys. God bless. I'll talk to you later. Bye.